So, The Dark Knight and Batman Begins are leaving Netflix come September 1st. Yeah, I strongly advise you check them out again before that. Because if you are like me, and you are a fan of the superhero genre, if you are a fan of these type of movies, those are still to this day two of the best. Even with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Dark Knight trilogy is still way up there in terms of quality. Debatably, The Dark Knight is still the best movie of the entire bunch. It's debatable, but I would still rank it as potentially number one. Now, let's take Batman Begins. If you're like me, and it's been at least 10 years since you've seen Batman Begins, you will be pleasantly surprised. Watch that again first, and then really you have totally forgotten how good it was. I completely forgot how much I liked that movie. I was downplaying it in my mind. As in hindsight, it didn't seem as good as when I watched it again on Netflix last weekend, because I knew they were going to take it off any day now. I sat down to watch it again, and I thought I was going to be fast forwarding through it, and I thought I was just going to watch a couple of scenes, and it pulled me into the whole movie back over again. It was way better than I remembered it. It's really, really, really good. And Christopher Nolan does such an excellent job of capturing the how do you even describe it? The mystery of Batman, the idea that Batman uses mystery and fear tactics to intimidate his opponents and tries to develop a mystique to throw his enemies off. He does such a good job of developing that concept. The training, normally with these movies, the slow part is the origin story. But this origin story is actually kind of fascinating with Ra's al Ghul and the training on it's just a much better movie than I had remembered. Now, ditto for The Dark Knight. If you haven't seen it in a while, you will be immediately re-impressed with how great Heath Ledger is as the Joker. Obviously, if you're a fan of these movies, you haven't really forgotten it. But when you watch it again as a movie from start to finish, you're relit, you're re-blown away by it, because it's easily one of the top 10 performances in movies since the year 2000. Easily. It is probably the single best performance in a movie of this type. Round the boards, I'm trying to think if there's anything that even comes close. I can't think of anything that even comes close. So Heath Ledger as the Joker, it's easily one of the best performances in the movies in the past 15 years. And it elevates the entire movie into the status of near art. Lifts the entire movie. It's still a superhero movie, it's still a popcorn movie, it's still fun and entertaining, but it almost turns it into a masterpiece of sorts, or a minor masterpiece, or something close. So, those are the facts. Netflix, in their infinite wisdom, has decided that they are going to remove those two movies from your streaming service. I believe there's some sort of DC is recalling them because they're going to put out their own streaming service or something like that. I'm not sure of the mechanics, actually. I don't really know how those mechanics works, and I don't really trust the wisdom behind those decisions. Dark Knight was put on Netflix in May, but it's in a way, it's a good opportunity to motivate you to check it out before it leaves. That's why I put the video out. Check them out before they leave. Batman Begins is much better than you remembered it. That was my experience. Much better than I remembered it. And The Dark Knight is as good as I remembered. And then the Heath Ledger performance is as good as I remembered, but seeing it afresh, you're re-impressed with how great it is. So there you go. Catch them before they leave.